Hello, my name is Robert Goudy, and today I'm going to talk to you about why you should become an organ donor. Try and imagine a 22-year-old woman, mother of two, involved in a fatal automobile accident. Her family consents to donate her organs. Her liver was transplanted to a 35-year-old man, one kidney went to a 13-year-old girl, and the other kidney and pancreas went to a 50-year-old man. Imagine that this happened 5 years ago and all three recipients are living full and happy lives today. This is just one example of the many stories on the Gift of Life Donor Center program website about organ donation and why the subject is so important. We can't prevent accidents or failing organs, but we can help those by becoming organ donors. This problem is people are not registering to become organ donors. It could also be that they are not familiar with statistics and they probably have many questions. In my audience analysis questionnaire, 7 out of 12 of my classmates said they had little or no knowledge of organ donation. Life Center, an organ donation organization, states the following statistics. A new name is added to the national waiting list every 10 minutes. Currently, there are more than 123,000 people on the national waiting list. One organ donor can potentially save 8 lives. One tissue donor can change the lives of more than 50 people. An average of 21 men, women, and children die each day waiting for an organ transplant. 48,000 people have had their sight restored through corneal transplants each year. And sadly, 22 people die each day because the organs they need are not donated in time. A solution to this problem is to make people aware of the need for organ donations. By deciding to become a donor, you give the right of hope to thousands of individuals waiting organ transplants and hope for the millions of individuals whose lives could be saved or improved through tissue transplants. In May 2012, the Huffington Post had an article about how Facebook had started a program to spread awareness on the subject. It answers the many questions people have and where they could officially register online. According to researcher Dr. Andrew Cameron, medical doctor, associate professor of surgery at Johns Hopkins University School of Medicine, the response was dramatic. At the end of 2 weeks, the number of new organ donors climbed to twice the normal rate, and 1 year later, the number of donors remained the same or did not drop off. I encourage you to go to Facebook and get answers to any questions you may have on this subject. The American Transplant Foundation had an internet article titled Petition Congress, Support Anti-Rejection Drug Coverage. They talk about how after receiving an organ transplant, a patient must take certain medications for the rest of their lives. Under current law, a patient on Medicare will have the cost of medication covered for only 3 years, but the cost of that same person staying on dialysis for the rest of their lives at a cost of $77,000 per year. This petition makes it possible for people on Medicare to have this life-saving medication available to them for as long as they need it. Here are 2 actual success stories from the Gift of Life Donor Center. Laura, a firefighter and EMT, lost her daughter in an automobile accident. She reached out to Gift of Life who helped her through the process of donating her daughter's organs. To date, they have heard from all but one of the recipients and have seen how her daughter has let them lead full lives. And then there's Stephen, 74 years old, who after years of dialysis recently celebrated 50 years with 2 transplanted kidneys. Not everyone can become an organ donor, so the choice isn't always available to everyone. For those that can donate organs, however, the fact that up to 8 lives can be saved because of something you choose to do means that your gift of life can continue to provide life even after you are gone. That's why so many people choose to become organ donors. The Health Research Funding Organization has an excellent article on the subject. It's called The Pros and Cons of Organ Transplants. It was published December 28, 2013, and it lists in detail any questions you may have. I encourage everyone to read if you have any interest in organ donation. Even though my audience questionnaire showed 7 out of 12 students had little or no knowledge of organ donation, The questionnaire also showed that 5 out of 12 students had already registered. This is a good start. In this speech, if this speech can convince 3 people to become organ donors, and each of them can convince 3 more people, and so on, the results could be endless. And just one of them might save your life one day. This picture will help you to better understand what I'm saying here. You have the opportunity to change the lives of thousands of people by becoming an organ donor. You can do this by signing up with your state's donor registry. You should also designate your decision on your driver's license, tell your family and friend about your decision, tell your physician, faith leader, and friends, and include the donation in your advance directive will or living will. On February 14th, which is National Donor Day, this day was designated by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services in 1998 to raise awareness for organ donation. Give so others can live is their motto. Let somebody see through your eyes what you have seen when you were alive. I hope this affects your decision to become an organ donor. Thank you.